Before we begin, a quick and important disclaimer. This presentation is for informational and educational purposes only. I am not a lawyer, a financial advisor, or a certified security professional. The information provided here does not constitute legal, financial, or security advice. Adopting any new technology, especially one that handles corporate data, has significant legal and financial implications. You must consult with your own qualified legal, financial, and IT security teams before making any decisions for your organization. All views expressed are my own and are based on publicly available information as of the recording of this video. There's a rogue agent inside your company right now. In fact, there are probably dozens, maybe even hundreds of them. They aren't spies from a competitor. They're your own employees. And every single day, they are copying and pasting your company's most sensitive information. Your marketing strategies, your source code, your customer data, your private M&A discussion notes, and feeding it directly into a black box you have zero control over. That black box is the free version of ChatGPT. This isn't a hypothetical threat. It's happening in every major US corporation, and it's a multi-million-dollar lawsuit and a catastrophic data breach waiting to happen. The chaos of shadow AI is here, and most executives are completely blind to the scale of the risk. But what if you could tame this chaos? What if you could take the raw, world-changing power of generative AI and safely embed it into the very fabric of your organization? Not just as a clever toy for the marketing team, but as a secure, scalable, enterprise-grade utility, like your cloud server or your CRM. That is the promise of ChatGPT Enterprise. And over the next few minutes, we are going to pull back the curtain and give you the single most comprehensive breakdown for US corporate users available anywhere. We're not just going to list features. We are going to arm you with the critical knowledge you need to decide if this is the right strategic move for your business. We will dissect the 5 core pillars that separate the consumer-grade tool from the corporate powerhouse: security and privacy, performance and power, customization and control, administration and oversight, and finally, the most important one: cost and the real return on investment. By the end of this, you won't just know what ChatGPT Enterprise is. You will understand how to leverage it as a competitive weapon in the American marketplace. So let's get one thing straight right now. Comparing the free version of ChatGPT, or even the paid Plus version, to ChatGPT Enterprise is like comparing a public library's shared dial-up computer to the secure, private server room in the basement of the Pentagon. They both access the internet, but they are fundamentally different classes of tools designed for entirely different purposes with entirely different rules of engagement. The public versions are built for individuals. ChatGPT Enterprise is forged for organizations. And the single biggest difference, the one that should keep every CIO, every general counsel, and every CEO in the United States up at night, is what happens to your data. When your employee, let's call him Bob from accounting, paste a snippet of your company's unpublished quarterly earnings report into the free ChatGPT to proofread it, where does that data go? By default, it can be used by OpenAI to train their future models. It gets absorbed into the collective consciousness of the AI. It's out there. You've lost control. You have just leaked sensitive, material, non-public information. Congratulations, you may have just triggered an SEC investigation. Now let's talk about ChatGPT Enterprise. The foundational, non-negotiable principle of the Enterprise plan is this: your data is your data. Period. Full stop. Let me be crystal clear about what this means in practice. First, OpenAI does not, under any circumstances, train their models on your business data or your conversations when you are on the Enterprise plan. Your prompts, your uploads, your outputs, they are yours and yours alone. They are not used to make their models smarter for other customers. This is the great wall of separation. Your corporate intelligence remains your corporate intelligence. This is the single most important feature, and honestly, it's the price of admission. Without this guarantee, no serious company could even begin to consider using this technology. Second, let's talk about data encryption. With Enterprise, your data is encrypted both in transit, as it travels from your network to OpenAI's servers, and at rest while it's being stored on their servers. They use industry-standard encryption protocols, like AES-256 for data at rest, and TLS 1.2 plus for data in transit. This is table stakes for any enterprise software, and they meet the standard. This means that even in the unlikely event of a physical breach of their servers, your data remains a scrambled, unreadable mess to unauthorized parties. Third, and this is a huge one for companies in regulated industries like healthcare and finance, is SOC 2 compliance. SOC 2, which stands for System and Organization Controls 2, is an auditing procedure that ensures a third-party service provider can securely manage your data to protect the interests of your organization and the privacy of its clients. OpenAI's ChatGPT Enterprise is SOC 2 Type 2 compliant. This isn't just a marketing buzzword. It's an independent third-party validation that they have the rigorous internal security controls in place that large American corporations demand from their vendors. This is the kind of certification your IT security and compliance teams will ask for on day one of their evaluation, and having it is a massive green flag. Let's make this tangible with a real-world US business scenario. Imagine you're the head of innovation at a major hospital network based in California. Your team wants to use an AI to analyze thousands of pages of anonymized patient feedback surveys to identify common complaints and improve patient care. If your team uses the free version of ChatGPT, you are wading into a legal minefield. Even if the data is anonymized, the risk of re-identification or accidental inclusion of protected health information, or PHI, is enormous. This is a potential HIPAA violation that could result in millions of dollars in fines. It's a non-starter. Now let's run the same scenario with ChatGPT Enterprise. Because OpenAI is willing to sign a Business Associate Agreement, or BAA, for enterprise customers, the entire game changes. A BAA is a legally binding contract required under US law, specifically HIPAA, that ensures a vendor will appropriately safeguard any PHI it receives or processes. By signing a BAA, OpenAI takes on legal liability for protecting that data. Your hospital can now build a secure workflow. Your team can work with the data within your secure enterprise workspace, knowing that you have the contractual and technical safeguards in place required by federal law. You've transformed a catastrophic legal risk into a powerful business intelligence tool that can genuinely improve patient outcomes. This same logic applies to financial institutions handling customer data under Gramm-Leach-Bliley, or tech companies in California handling personal information under the CCPA. The ability to create a secure, compliant environment for your data is not a feature. It is the entire foundation upon which the enterprise offering is built. Without it, nothing else matters. But this is just the beginning, because once you've solved the security and privacy problem, you unlock the next level of the game. Raw, unthrottled performance and power, on a scale that the public version simply cannot touch. And the difference is staggering. Let's visualize this difference with an analogy. Think of the public version of ChatGPT as a brand new, top-of-the-line Toyota Camry. It's reliable, it's efficient, it's accessible to millions, and it's a fantastic piece of engineering that gets you where you need to go. For daily driving, for the average consumer, it is a marvel. ChatGPT Enterprise, however, is not a Camry. It's a Formula One race car. It might look vaguely like a car from a distance, but every single component is engineered for one thing and one thing only: maximum uncompromised performance in a high-stakes environment. And you don't just get the car. You get the private track, the dedicated pit crew, and the team of engineers. The first and most immediately noticeable upgrade is speed. Enterprise users get priority access to the latest models, specifically GPT-4, with no speed caps. OpenAI explicitly states it's up to 2 times faster. Now, 2 times faster might sound like a simple marketing bullet point, but in practice, it's a fundamental change in how you interact with the tool. It's the difference between a conversation and a command and response sequence. When you're trying to iterate on an idea, brainstorm a marketing campaign, or debug a complex piece of code, that lag on the public version, those few seconds of waiting for the response to generate, they add up. They break your flow state. They introduce friction into the creative process. With Enterprise, that friction vanishes. The response is nearly instantaneous. It feels less like you're using a tool, and more like you're collaborating with an infinitely fast-thinking partner. Imagine you're a marketing director trying to come up with 10 different taglines for a new product launch. On the public version, you type your prompt, wait, get your list. You refine it, wait again. You ask for a different tone, wait again. Each iteration has a built-in pause. With Enterprise, it's a rapid-fire exchange. The ideas flow as fast as you can type. That 2 times faster claim isn't just about saving seconds. It's about compressing the entire creative cycle. What might have taken an hour of stop-and-start brainstorming can now be done in 15 minutes of pure, uninterrupted flow. For a US corporation where time is literally money, this isn't a luxury. It's a massive productivity multiplier. You're not just getting answers faster, you're getting to the right answer faster. But raw speed is just the warm-up lap. The next major performance upgrade is the context window, and this is where the Formula One car truly starts to pull away from the family sedan. The context window is essentially the AI's short-term memory. It's the amount of information, both your prompts and its own responses, that it can hold in its mind at one time during a single conversation. On the free and even the Plus versions, this window is limited. You might be able to feed it a few pages of a document, but if you give it too much, it starts to forget the beginning of the conversation. It's like talking to someone who can only remember the last 5 minutes of what you said. For simple queries, that's fine. But for corporate work, it's a crippling limitation. ChatGPT Enterprise shatters that limitation with a 128,000 token context window. Now, 128K tokens is a technical term, so let's translate that into what it actually means for a business. That's roughly equivalent to a 300-page book. 300 pages. Suddenly, you're not just asking the AI to summarize a single email. You can upload an entire quarterly earnings report with all its financial tables and management commentary and ask, what are the 3 biggest risks highlighted in this document that our investors are likely to ask about on the earnings call? You can upload a 150-page legal contract and ask, identify all clauses related to liability and intellectual property rights, and flag any language that deviates from our standard corporate template. You can feed it a year's worth of customer support chat logs and ask, what are the most common unresolved issues our customers are facing, and what are their underlying sentiments? This isn't just a quantitative leap, it's a qualitative one. It unlocks entirely new categories of work. The AI is no longer just a clever writer or a simple question-answer machine. It becomes a true analytical partner, capable of synthesizing vast amounts of company-specific information and providing nuanced, context-aware insights. The legal team doesn't have to spend a week manually cross-referencing clauses. The finance team doesn't have to spend days parsing through reports. The product team can get to the heart of customer pain points in minutes, not months. The AI's memory is now as large as the complex documents that drive your business. And this leads us to the third pillar of enterprise performance: unlimited high-speed access to what was formerly called code interpreter and is now known as advanced data analysis. This is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful and underappreciated features for corporate users. This tool transforms ChatGPT from a language model into an on-demand data analyst. Here's how it works. You can upload files directly into the chat: Excel spreadsheets, CSV files, PDFs, even images. And then, you can ask questions about that data in plain English. You don't need to know Python. You don't need to be a master of Excel formulas or pivot tables. You can upload a massive sales spreadsheet with thousands of rows and simply type, create a bar chart showing sales performance by region for Q3, and it will. It will write and execute the code in the background, analyze the data, and generate the visualization right there in the chat window. The implications for the American corporation are staggering. Think of every junior analyst, every marketing coordinator, every project manager who spends hours each week wrestling with spreadsheets, trying to clean data, create charts for a PowerPoint presentation, and spot trends. That work, which used to take half a day, can now be done in less than 5 minutes. You can upload a project plan and ask, identify any potential timeline conflicts or resource bottlenecks. You can upload a marketing campaign performance report and say, which ad creative had the highest click-through rate, and what is the statistical significance of this result? You can give it financial statements and ask it to calculate complex ratios and benchmark them against industry averages. This democratizes data analysis. It puts the power of a data scientist into the hands of every employee. Your team is no longer limited by their technical skills in Excel or Tableau. They are limited only by the quality of the questions they can ask. And because Enterprise offers unlimited usage, there's no cap. Your teams can run as many analyses, generate as many charts, and explore as many datasets as they need to, without ever hitting a usage limit. So let's put it all together. You have a tool that operates at twice the speed, removing all friction from the creative and analytical process. You have a massive memory that can comprehend and analyze hundreds of pages of your company's most complex documents at once. And you have an on-demand data analyst that can instantly turn raw spreadsheets into actionable business intelligence. This is the Enterprise Performance Engine. It's the difference between giving your employees a calculator and giving them a supercomputer. While your competitors are still teaching their teams how to use VLOOKUP, your teams are having strategic conversations with an AI that has already read the entire annual report and analyzed all the underlying sales data. But what if you could take this Formula One car and not just drive it, but actually get under the hood, tune the engine to your exact specifications, and even teach it to navigate your company's specific, unique racetrack? That's where we go from just using a powerful tool to building a proprietary corporate brain. And that's what we'll break down next. So, let's talk about that proprietary corporate brain. Forget the abstract tech jargon for a moment. Imagine your company is a world-class orchestra. For years, you've hired the best musicians, your employees, and given them the best instruments available. But they're all reading from different sheets of music. Marketing has their version, sales has another, and engineering is playing a completely different symphony. The result is noise. It's functional, but it's not harmonious. ChatGPT Enterprise isn't just another instrument. It's the conductor. But it's a conductor that has perfectly memorized every single piece of music your orchestra has ever written, understands the unique style of every musician, and can compose new, brilliant pieces on the fly, in perfect harmony. The first, and perhaps most profound, way this happens is through what the industry calls fine-tuning. In the consumer version, you get a GPT-4 that's a genius generalist. It's like a brilliant Ivy League grad who can talk about anything from Renaissance art to quantum physics. But ask it about your company's internal billing code, Project Phoenix, Alpha 7, and it will draw a blank. It doesn't know your language, your history, or your secrets. With Enterprise, you can fine-tune the model on your own data. Let's make this real. Think of a major US insurance carrier. Let's call them AmeriSure. They have 80 years of data, millions of policy documents, claims adjustments, customer service chat logs, and internal risk assessment reports. It's a mountain of proprietary knowledge. A standard AI can tell you the definition of subrogation, but an AmeriSure fine-tuned model understands the specific nuances of the AmeriSure Commercial Fleet Subrogation Clause, Revision 4.2b, as it applies to interstate trucking in the Midwest, citing 3 specific precedent-setting internal cases from 2011, 2017, and last Tuesday. This isn't just a small tweak. It transforms the AI from an outside consultant into a seasoned, 80-year-old employee with perfect memory. When a new claims adjuster asks a question, they're not just getting a generic answer. They are accessing the distilled wisdom of every adjuster who came before them. The AI learns your company's voice, its specific terminology, its successes, and its failures. Starts to think, in a way, like your company. This is the first pillar of building your corporate brain. Teaching the AI to speak your native tongue. But what good is a brain if it can't access your company's live, breathing information? This brings us to the second game-changing pillar, secure knowledge retrieval. Fine-tuning teaches the model your history and style. Knowledge retrieval gives it access to your present. This is where ChatGPT Enterprise connects directly and securely to your company's existing data sources. Think about your universe of information. SharePoint, Confluence, your Salesforce instance, your internal wikis, your shared network drives, a chaotic galaxy of documents, spreadsheets, and presentations. For the average employee, finding information is a digital scavenger hunt. They have a question, and the answer is somewhere, but finding it means navigating a maze of logins, search bars, and outdated folder structures. It's a massive, silent productivity killer in every American corporation. ChatGPT Enterprise changes the entire paradigm. Instead of you going to the data comes to you. Imagine a senior project manager at a large aerospace and defense contractor. She's walking into a critical review for a multi-billion-dollar government contract. 5 minutes before the meeting, she gets an urgent email with a new technical query from the client. The old way, panic. Frantically searching her email for a report from the engineering team she vaguely remembers seeing 3 months ago. Trying to find the right person on Slack who might know the answer. Wasting precious minutes and walking into the meeting unprepared. The Enterprise way? She pulls out her phone and types a single prompt into her secure ChatGPT app. Based on our internal Project Valkyrie SharePoint site and all related engineering change orders, what is the latest thermal tolerance specification for the primary thruster assembly? And cite the specific document and page number. Within seconds, she gets the exact answer. The latest thermal tolerance is 2500 Kelvin, as specified in document A9B7, page 14, approved by the Engineering Review Board on October 26. The AI didn't just search for keywords. It read, understood, and synthesized the information from the correct, most up-to-date source. She walks into that meeting with the confidence of someone who has the entire company's knowledge base in her pocket. This is institutional memory on demand. It's the difference between fumbling for an answer and delivering with authority. Now let's add the third pillar, which takes this from a knowledge tool to an action engine. Advanced data analysis supercharged for the enterprise. Many of us have played with Code Interpreter in the Plus version, uploading a file and asking it to make a chart. It's a fantastic feature. But in a corporate setting, it becomes a strategic weapon. Why? Because of the security and scale. Your company's financial data, customer lists, and sales projections are crown jewels. You would never ever upload them to a consumer AI tool. But within the secure private environment of ChatGPT Enterprise, you can. And this unlocks the power of data science for everyone, not just the people with analyst in their title. Picture a brand manager at a Fortune 500 CPG company in Cincinnati. They've just received a massive 500,000-row spreadsheet of point-of-sale data from a major retailer. It's a goldmine of information, but it's impenetrable to the naked eye. Historically, she would draft a request, send it to the business intelligence team, and maybe get a report back in 2 weeks. By the time she gets it, the market has already shifted. With Enterprise, she securely uploads the spreadsheet, and she just starts talking to it in plain English. Identify the top 5 SKUs by sales volume in the Pacific Northwest. Now, compare their performance to the same period last year, and visualize the year-over-year change in a waterfall chart. Okay, interesting. Now, segment the underperforming SKUs by store location. Is there a correlation with stores that received the new end cap displays last month? She is performing complex data analysis that would have previously required a team of specialists and multiple software platforms. She's not just getting data, she's having a conversation with her data. She can spot a problem in Oregon, identify a trend in San Diego, and draft an email to her regional sales team with concrete, data-backed action items, all before her second cup of coffee. This collapses the decision-making cycle from weeks to minutes. It's about speed. It's about agility. It's about outmaneuvering the competition because your people are empowered to turn raw data into brilliant strategy instantly. So you see, it's not just one feature. It's the convergence of these 3 capabilities: hyper-specific fine-tuning, secure access to live data, and democratized data analysis. This combination creates a powerful feedback loop. The AI learns from your data, helps you analyze your data, and allows your team to generate new insights, which in turn becomes new data for the AI to learn from. It's a self-improving, intelligent engine at the heart of the business. But with this incredible power comes an enormous responsibility. How do you hand the keys to this corporate brain to thousands of employees without it spiraling into chaos or creating a massive security nightmare? That's the million-dollar question for every CIO and CTO in America right now. And it's exactly what we'll tackle next: the command and control center of ChatGPT Enterprise. This isn't just a dashboard, it's your strategic command center. For any IT leader who has spent a sleepless night imagining sensitive company data being pasted into a public AI model, the Enterprise Admin Console is the answer. It's the fundamental difference between letting your employees run wild in the digital wilderness and building a secure, managed, and highly optimized superhighway for corporate intelligence. Think about the standard chaotic reality in most US companies today. A marketing analyst signs up for a free account to brainstorm ad copy. A software developer uses their personal Plus account to debug a tricky piece of code. A finance associate uses it to summarize a quarterly report. Each of these instances is an island, a black box. You have zero visibility into who is using what for what purpose, and most critically, what data they're putting into it. When that developer leaves for a competitor, their entire chat history, potentially containing proprietary code snippets, goes with them. It's an ungovernable, unsecure mess, a compliance nightmare waiting to happen. ChatGPT Enterprise replaces that chaos with absolute clarity and control. And it all starts with how you get your people on board. Forget sending out invites one by one. The admin console integrates directly with the identity systems your company already uses every single day. We're talking about industry-standard single sign-on, or SSO, using SAML. That might sound like technical jargon, but for a CIO, it's music to their ears. It means you can connect ChatGPT Enterprise directly to your Okta, your Microsoft Azure Active Directory, or whatever identity provider you use. What does this mean in practice? It means onboarding is seamless. A new hire in your sales department automatically gets access to their ChatGPT Enterprise seat as part of their standard onboarding, using the same corporate password they use for everything else. No new accounts to create, no new passwords to remember. It's frictionless. But the real game changer is offboarding. The moment an employee is removed from your central directory, because they've left the company or changed roles, their access to ChatGPT Enterprise is instantly and automatically revoked. That island of company data doesn't float away with them. The door is locked, the connection is severed. This single feature eliminates one of the biggest security vulnerabilities of ad hoc AI adoption. Next, the console allows you to build a digital fortress around your organization. Through a simple process called domain verification, you claim your company's email domain, say acmecorp.com. Once you've proven you own it, you control it. You can set it up so that anyone who signs up for ChatGPT with an @acmecorp.com email is automatically funneled into your secure, managed enterprise workspace. No more shadow IT. No more fragmented, personal accounts holding company conversations. It creates a single unified environment where all of your company's AI-powered work happens. You've officially drawn a perimeter. But once everyone is inside the fortress, how do you know what's going on? This is where the analytics come in. The admin console provides a high-level dashboard of usage statistics. And let's be crystal clear. This is not about spying on your employees. Enterprise is built on a foundation of trust, and OpenAI explicitly states they do not train on your data, and they cannot view your conversations. Instead, the dashboard gives you anonymized, aggregate data. How many of your purchase seats are actually active? How many messages are being sent on a weekly or monthly basis? What are the adoption trends across the organization? This is invaluable business intelligence. Are you seeing massive adoption in the legal team but almost none in engineering? That's a signal. It tells you where you need to provide more training, where you need to share success stories, and where you can identify power users to become internal champions. You can finally measure the ROI on your AI investment. You're no longer just paying for a tool. You're managing a strategic asset. You can see if it's being used, and you can take action to increase its value. This is the difference between guessing and knowing. Beyond just user management and analytics, the console is where you set the rules of engagement. You can manage workspace settings centrally. For example, you might decide to disable conversation history by default for teams that handle extremely sensitive PII or client data, ensuring those conversations are ephemeral and leave no trace. This level of granular control is essential for compliance in regulated industries like finance or healthcare. You also manage billing and seat allocation from this central hub. You can see your total spend, add more seats as your company grows, and reassign licenses if someone moves to a role where they no longer need it. It turns the logistical headache of managing hundreds or thousands of individual software subscriptions into a simple, streamlined administrative task. So let's put it all together. The admin console takes the Wild West of personal AI usage and transforms it into a well-run city. Through SSO and domain verification, you build the secure city walls and a single point of entry. Through user management, you issue digital keycards and control who gets in and who gets out instantly. Through analytics, you get a bird's-eye view of the city's activity, the flow of traffic, the busiest districts, without looking into anyone's private home. And through workspace settings, you act as the city planner, setting the zoning laws and regulations that ensure everything runs smoothly and safely for everyone. This is the bedrock of enterprise-grade AI. It's the answer to the question every executive is asking. How do we embrace this incredible power without losing control? It proves that you can have both innovation and governance, both speed and security. It's what allows a company to move from a scattered collection of individuals experimenting with AI to a unified organization strategically deploying AI at scale. But okay, you've secured the fortress. You've set the rules and you're monitoring the activity. You've solved the security and management problem. Now comes the real question. What are you actually empowering your people to do inside the secure environment? How do you go beyond just a better, faster, more secure version of the public ChatGPT and start building unique, proprietary workflows that capture your company's specific knowledge and processes? How do you weaponize your own expertise? That's where we go from administration to amplification by looking at shared chat templates. Shared chat templates are probably one of the most underrated, yet strategically critical features of the enterprise plan. This is where the promise of AI stops being a series of one-off magic tricks performed by a few power users and starts becoming a systematized, scalable engine for company-wide productivity. Think about it. In a standard, non-enterprise environment, using ChatGPT is like the Wild West. Every employee is their own lone prompt engineer. Your head of marketing might be a genius at crafting prompts that generate incredible ad copy. Meanwhile, a junior marketer and her team is struggling, getting generic, unusable results and wasting hours. The senior person's expertise is locked in their head. The quality of AI output across your organization is a complete lottery, dependent entirely on the individual skill of each user. It's inconsistent, it's inefficient, and it's impossible to measure or manage. You haven't built an AI-powered organization. You've just given everyone a slightly different shovel and hope they figure out how to dig for gold. Shared chat templates change the entire game. They are the mechanism for capturing the expertise of your best performers and distributing it to everyone else at the click of a button. It's the difference between giving every carpenter a block of wood and a chisel versus giving them a set of precision-engineered power tools and templates designed by a master craftsman. So what is it exactly? A shared chat template is a prepackaged, reusable prompt that can be created by an administrator or a designated expert and then published to the entire company or specific teams. When a user needs to perform a common task, they don't start with a blank screen. They select a template from a shared library. This template can be as simple as a one-sentence instruction, or as complex as a multi-step workflow with variables they just need to fill in. Let's make this real with a concrete example. Imagine you work at a US-based investment firm. One of the most common, time-consuming tasks for your junior analysts is to summarize quarterly earnings reports from publicly traded companies. Before Enterprise, every analyst did it their own way. Sarah, a new hire, might just ask, "Summarize this report." She gets a decent but generic 3-paragraph summary. Mark, who's been there for a year, knows to ask for specific things like, extract the forward-looking guidance and list key risks. He gets a better result. David, your star senior analyst, has a monster prompt he's perfected over months. It asks for a summary in the firm's specific reporting format. It demands an analysis of year-over-year revenue growth, a breakdown of operating margins by segment, a list of quotes from the CEO on the earnings call, and a sentiment analysis of the management's tone. His prompt is a masterpiece. It's a piece of intellectual property, but it lives in his private notes. Now with ChatGPT Enterprise, David or his manager takes that masterpiece prompt and saves it as a quarterly earnings analysis template. They can even add fields like placeholders for the company name and link to report. The next day, Sarah, the new hire, needs to analyze a report. Instead of staring at a blank prompt window, she clicks on the Templates button. She sees the quarterly earnings analysis template, created by David. She clicks it. The entire expert-level prompt populates her chat window. All she has to do is fill in the company name and paste the report. 5 seconds later, the AI produces a summary with the exact same depth, format, and quality as if David, your star analyst, had done it himself. Think about the implications of this. First, radical efficiency. Sarah just saved 2 hours of work and produced a far superior result. Second, consistency and quality control. Every single earnings summary produced by your firm now adheres to the same gold standard. Your reports to clients become uniform and professional. Third, training and onboarding are revolutionized. You no longer have to spend weeks teaching new hires the nuances of financial analysis. You give them the tool that embodies those nuances. They learn by doing with the safety net of an expert design process. You have effectively cloned the core process of your best analyst and distributed it to your entire team. You've taken David's siloed, individual knowledge and transformed it into a scalable organizational asset. That is a strategic advantage. And this isn't just for finance. Let's ripple this out across a typical American corporation. Your sales team. The top salesperson has a template for drafting a personalized cold outreach email. It prompts the user to paste in a prospect's LinkedIn profile, and the template instructs the AI to identify their recent accomplishments, find common connections, and draft a hyper-personalized, non-generic email that references these specific points. Every single person on your sales development team now sounds like a seasoned pro. Your marketing department. You have a template for writing a blog post in our brand voice. It contains detailed instructions on the company's tone. Is it witty, professional, instructional? It specifies the target audience, the desired call to action, and the SEO keywords to include. Your content quality and brand consistency go through the roof, regardless of which freelancer or junior copywriter is doing the work. Your HR department. A template for standardized job description. It ensures every job posting includes the mandatory EEO statement, details on benefits, and a description of the company culture, all written in an inclusive and appealing way. It eliminates compliance risks and strengthens your employer brand. Even your legal team with heavy caveats can use this. A template for initial contract risk review could be designed by a senior counsel to have the AI scan a vendor agreement for specific, problematic clauses related to liability, data privacy, or termination rights. It doesn't replace a lawyer, but it acts as a superhuman paralegal, flagging key areas for review and saving dozens of hours per week. Shared chat templates are the bridge from individual experimentation to enterprise-level execution. It's the system that allows you to operationalize AI. You're not just giving people access to a powerful model. You're giving them a curated library of powerful solutions, custom-built for your business. You are building your company's proprietary prompt brain, a living repository of your best workflows and processes. It's knowledge management for the AI era. This ensures that as your people get smarter about using AI, the entire organization gets smarter permanently. But as powerful as this is, we're still just scratching the surface. These templates are brilliant at codifying your processes, your how, but they're still largely operating on the AI's general public knowledge of the world. What happens when the answer you need isn't about a public company's earnings report or a generic marketing strategy? What happens when the knowledge you need to leverage is locked away inside your own proprietary documents? Your internal strategy memos, your customer support database, your confidential research and development notes. How do you make ChatGPT an expert not just in your company's methods, but in your company's data? For that, you need to give it a whole new set of eyes and ears, a way to securely read and analyze your own files. And that's where we move from templates to tools. This ability to connect to your data is arguably the single biggest leap from the consumer version of ChatGPT to the enterprise powerhouse. It's the difference between having a brilliant intern who can only access the public internet and having a seasoned analyst with a security clearance to access your company's most sensitive files. For any US corporation, the first question, the only question that matters before a single byte of data is uploaded, is security. And this is where ChatGPT Enterprise builds a fortress. On the public-facing versions, including Plus, the default setting is that your conversations can be used to train OpenAI's models. You can opt out, sure, but the very existence of that option creates a red flag for any corporate counsel or C-suite executive. It introduces a level of risk that is simply a non-starter. Uploading a confidential Q4 sales forecast or a sensitive client list into that environment. It's unthinkable. It's a compliance nightmare waiting to happen. ChatGPT Enterprise flips the script entirely. The foundational promise, backed by contractual guarantees, is that your data is your data. Period. OpenAI does not train its models on your business data or your conversations. Your usage does not contribute to the general-purpose models that your competitors might use. Your corporate knowledge stays within your corporate walls. This isn't just a setting you toggle. It's the bedrock of the entire service. They back this up with enterprise-grade security standards that US companies expect. SOC 2 compliance, which is a rigorous third-party audit of security, availability, and confidentiality controls. All your data is encrypted, both in transit as it travels across the internet and at rest when it's stored on servers. You get robust administrative controls to manage who has access to what, creating a secure, private workspace for your entire organization. So, with that fortress built, what can you actually do inside it? Let's put this into practice. Imagine you're a marketing director at a mid-sized American software company. Your team just completed a massive customer feedback survey for the last quarter. You're sitting on a spreadsheet with 50,000 rows of raw, unfiltered comments. It's a goldmine, but it's also a mountain. Your CEO wants a summary of the key takeaways for the board meeting tomorrow morning. In the old world, this is a 5-alarm fire. You'd pull your best data analyst off their projects. They'd spend hours cleaning the data, setting up pivot tables, running scripts to analyze sentiment, and manually trying to categorize thousands of unique comments. It would take them a full day, maybe two, to produce a report that is, at best, a good guess at the major themes. They would be exhausted, and you'd be walking into that board meeting with a report that's already 24 hours out of date. Now let's run the same scenario with ChatGPT Enterprise. You log into your company's secure workspace. You click the little paperclip icon, the gateway to this new power, and you upload that 50,000 row CSV file. It uploads in seconds. Now the magic begins. You're not just chatting with an AI. You're collaborating with a data scientist that works at the speed of light. Your first prompt is simple. You type, "I've uploaded a CSV of our Q3 customer feedback. First, analyze the structure of this file, identify the key columns, and give me a high-level summary of the data it contains. Do not display any personally identifiable information. Within about 10 seconds, it responds. It confirms it has read the file, lists the column headers it identified, customer ID, date, product line, rating, feedback text, and gives you a quick summary. This file contains 50,123 entries of customer feedback for 5 distinct product lines, collected between July 1st and September 30th. Okay, good start. The AI understands the landscape. Now you go deeper. Your next prompt. Perform a sentiment analysis on the feedback text column. Categorize each entry as positive, negative, or neutral. Then, calculate the percentage breakdown for the overall sentiment and visualize it as a pie chart. The gears turn for a moment, but instead of the hours it would take a human, the AI crunches all 50,000 lines of text in under a minute. It comes back not only with the answer, sentiment analysis complete. The overall sentiment is 72% positive, 21% negative, and 7% neutral. But it also generates the Python code to create a clean, professional pie chart and displays the chart right there in your chat window. You can literally copy and paste this into your presentation deck. You've just done hours of work in less time than it takes to make a cup of coffee. But we're just getting started. The 21% negative feedback is where the real insights are. That's where you find the problems you need to solve. So your next prompt gets to the heart of the matter. Focusing only on the negative feedback, identify the top 5 recurring themes or issues mentioned by customers. For each theme, provide a summary of the issue and pull 3 anonymized, representative quotes from the data. This is the kind of qualitative analysis that is incredibly time-consuming and difficult for humans. We're prone to bias. We see the last comment we read as the most important. The AI has no such bias. It systematically scans the thousands of negative comments, groups them by semantic meaning, and identifies the core themes. It comes back with a perfectly formatted summary. Theme 1. User interface complexity. It explains that users find the new dashboard confusing. It provides 3 quotes like, "I can never find the reporting feature since the update," and "The layout is not intuitive for a new user." Theme 2. Slow customer support response. It highlights a recurring complaint about ticket resolution times. Continues this for all 5 themes. You now have a crystal clear, data-backed, prioritized list of your customers' biggest pain points. It's not a guess, it's a diagnosis. You've gone from a mountain of raw data to an actionable executive summary in under 5 minutes. But you can take it one step further. You need to know if this is a company-wide problem or isolated to a specific product. Your final prompt. This is brilliant. Now create a stacked bar chart showing the distribution of these top 5 negative themes across our different product lines. I need to see which products are driving which complaints. Again, the AI goes to work. It generates the code and then renders a beautiful color-coded bar chart. The insight is immediate and staggering. You can see clear as day that user interface complexity is almost exclusively a problem for your flagship ProSuite software. And the slow customer support issue is overwhelmingly tied to your new data connector tool. Think about what just happened. You didn't just get a summary for the board meeting. You got a strategic roadmap. You now know you need to assign your UX/UI team to the ProSuite dashboard and allocate more support resources to the data connector product. You have transformed a vague sense of "we should improve things" into a precise surgical plan of action, backed by 50,000 points of data. And you did it all before your coffee got cold. This is the power of advanced data analysis within the secure walls of ChatGPT Enterprise. It's not just a chatbot. It's an on-demand, infinitely scalable team of data scientists, business analysts, and strategists at your fingertips. It democratizes data intelligence. You no longer need to be a Python expert or a data wizard to find the stories hidden in your numbers. You just need to know how to ask the right questions. This capability alone justifies the investment for many companies. The ability to securely interrogate your own structured data, spreadsheets, CSVs, log files, is a paradigm shift. But what about all the unstructured data? The information locked away in hundreds of PDFs, Word documents, internal wikis, and SharePoint sites that make up your company's true knowledge base? How do you connect ChatGPT to that? That's not about uploading a single file. That's about giving the AI a library card to your entire organization. This is the single biggest unlock. This is the feature that transforms ChatGPT from a clever creative tool into an indispensable corporate brain. OpenAI calls this feature knowledge sources, and it's the answer to a problem that has plagued every large American company for decades: the curse of siloed information. Your company's most valuable asset isn't its real estate or its equipment. It's the collective knowledge stored in millions of documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and emails. It's the institutional memory that walks out the door every day at 5 p.m. Knowledge Sources is the mechanism that allows ChatGPT Enterprise to securely connect to that internal universe. Think about it. Your company runs on Microsoft 365. You have tens of thousands, maybe millions of documents living in SharePoint and OneDrive. Your product and engineering teams live and breathe in Confluence and Jira. Your sales data is in Salesforce. This is the lifeblood of your operation. The standard ChatGPT knows nothing about it. It can tell you about the Roman Empire, but it can't tell you about your Q3 sales strategy for the Pacific Northwest. With Enterprise, an administrator can establish a secure, read-only connection to these platforms. This isn't a hack or a workaround. It's a native, deeply integrated feature. You can literally point ChatGPT Enterprise at your SharePoint tenant, your Confluence space, or other data repositories and say, "This is our world. Learn it." But here's the crucial distinction, and it's one that your Chief Information Security Officer needs to understand perfectly. When you connect these sources, the AI is not training on your data in the traditional sense. It is not absorbing your proprietary information to make its base model smarter for other customers. That is the cardinal sin that Enterprise is built to prevent. Instead, it uses a sophisticated technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. Now, that sounds technical, but the concept is incredibly simple and powerful. Let's stick with our library analogy. When you ask a question, the Enterprise model doesn't just try to answer from its general knowledge. First, it does something amazing. It performs a lightning-fast, highly intelligent search across your connected knowledge bases: your SharePoint, your internal wiki, your document servers. It's not a simple keyword search like you do in a search bar. It's a semantic search. It understands the intent and context of your question. So you ask, "What is our company's policy on parental leave for employees in Texas versus California?" The system instantly scans your internal HR portal. It finds the official employee handbook, it finds the latest policy update from legal that was posted last month, and it might even find a summary presentation that HR gave to new managers. It identifies the most relevant paragraphs and sections from these trusted, internal documents. Then it takes that specific verified information and augments the prompt it sends to the GPT-4 model. It essentially tells the AI, "Forget everything you think you know about US parental leave laws. Your entire world for the next few milliseconds is only what is written in these specific documents I've just handed you. Now, using only this information, answer the user's question." The result is an answer that is not only accurate and contextually aware of your company's specific policies, but it's also grounded in reality. And this is the final critical piece of the puzzle: citations. The answer it provides comes with footnotes, direct links to the exact SharePoint page, the specific paragraph in the employee handbook, or the slide in the HR presentation from which it drew the information. This is a trust revolution for AI in the workplace. It eliminates the hallucination problem that plagues public models. You are no longer dealing with a black box that gives you a plausible, but potentially fabricated answer. You are getting a verifiable, auditable response that says, "Here is the answer, and here is my proof," taken directly from our company's approved sources. Let's translate this into daily operations for a typical US corporation. Imagine you're a new hire on the marketing team. Your first week is a fire hose of information. Instead of bugging your manager with a dozen questions, you open ChatGPT Enterprise and ask, "Summarize our brand voice and tone guidelines, provide 3 examples of top-performing blog posts from the last quarter, and list the key contacts for our PR agency." The AI doesn't guess. It pulls from the official brand style guide on SharePoint, analyzes the metrics from your content management system, and retrieves contact info from the central company directory. What used to be a week of painful onboarding is now a 10-minute conversation with an AI that knows everything. Or think about your finance department. It's the end of the quarter. The CFO needs a summary of capital expenditures related to Project Titan. Instead of having a junior analyst spend a day digging through spreadsheets and folders, the controller simply asks, "Generate a summary of all approved capital expenditures for Project Titan in Q3, categorize them by vendor, and cite the relevant budget approval documents." The AI scans the connected financial systems and document repositories, synthesizes the data, and delivers a report with direct links to the source invoices and approvals. The task is done in seconds with perfect accuracy. This fundamentally changes the nature of knowledge work. It addresses the single greatest hidden cost in corporate America: the time employees waste looking for information. A McKinsey study found that the average knowledge worker spends nearly 20% of their workweek, that's one full day every week, searching for internal information or tracking down colleagues who can help with specific tasks. ChatGPT Enterprise with knowledge sources gives that day back. It becomes the ultimate corporate librarian. It's the senior engineer who's been with the company for 30 years and knows where all the bodies are buried. It's the HR business partner who has every policy memorized. It's the paralegal who can find any clause in any contract instantly. It democratizes access to institutional knowledge, safely and securely. The security model here is paramount. Your company's data access permissions are respected. If an employee doesn't have permission to view a specific SharePoint site, ChatGPT Enterprise won't be able to access it on their behalf either. The AI inherits the user's permissions, ensuring that sensitive financial data isn't accessible to an intern, and confidential legal documents aren't seen by the marketing team. It's a secure overlay on your existing information architecture, not a free-for-all. This is the proactive value-add proposition of Enterprise. It's not just about writing better emails or summarizing meetings. It's about creating a centralized intelligence layer for your entire organization. It's about breaking down the silos that stifle innovation and efficiency. It's about ensuring that every decision, from the intern level to the C-suite, is based on the most current, accurate, and comprehensive information available. It transforms your messy, distributed, and often chaotic internal data into a coherent, conversational, and instantly accessible asset. The corporate brain finally has a voice. So you've given the AI a library card to your entire company. It can read, understand, and synthesize everything your organization knows. But what if you could teach it specific jobs? What if you could create an army of specialized AI assistants, each one a pre-trained expert in a specific task, from analyzing complex sales data to drafting nuanced legal briefs for a specific jurisdiction? That's not just accessing information, that's creating intelligence. And this is where the conversation shifts. It shifts from the dazzling potential of creation to the sobering reality of protection. Because in the American corporate landscape, an unprotected asset is a liability waiting to happen. An idea, no matter how brilliant, is worthless if it's stolen. A strategy, no matter how revolutionary, is a catastrophic failure if it's leaked to your competitor. So when you build this internal army of AI experts, this digital brain trust for your entire organization, the single most important question isn't, how smart is it? It's how secure is it? This is the question that keeps CIOs and chief information security officers up at night. It's the specter of the headline risk, the multi-million-dollar regulatory fine, the class action lawsuit. In a world governed by regulations like HIPAA for healthcare, FINRA for finance, and the ever-present threat of corporate espionage, just letting your employees use a public-facing AI tool is like leaving the blueprints for your next-generation fighter jet on a park bench. You're not just risking a data leak, you're risking the entire company. Think about what your teams are discussing, what they would want to use this incredible technology for. They're feeding it sensitive customer data to identify sales trends. They're uploading draft contracts containing unannounced M&A details to check for clauses. They're pasting proprietary source code to find bugs and optimize performance. They're brainstorming marketing campaigns for products that won't be public for another 18 months. In the standard, consumer-grade versions of these tools, where does that data go? The honest answer has always been a little fuzzy. Is it used for training? Maybe. Could a bug expose it? Possibly. Is it protected by the kind of ironclad, legally binding guarantees that your general counsel can actually sign off on? Absolutely not. This is the chasm, the vast, terrifying gap between the power of generative AI and the willingness of any serious US corporation to adopt it at scale. And this is precisely the chasm that ChatGPT Enterprise was built to bridge. It's not just a feature set, it's a philosophical shift. It's OpenAI looking the corporate world in the eye and saying, your data is yours. Period. Full stop. We will not train on it. We will not view it. We will build a fortress around it, and we will hand you the only keys. Let's be incredibly specific about what this fortress looks like, because this is where the marketing promises meet the cold, hard reality of enterprise-grade security. First, let's talk about compliance certifications. For any company that handles sensitive data, the term SOC2 is the gold standard. It stands for Service Organization Control 2, and it isn't just a piece of paper. It's a rigorous, independent, third-party auditing process that verifies a company handles customer data securely and privately. ChatGPT Enterprise is SOC2 compliant. This means auditors have pored over their controls, their processes, their infrastructure, and have certified that they meet the highest standards for security, availability, processing integrity, confidentiality, and privacy. For your IT department, this isn't a nice-to-have. It's a non-negotiable prerequisite. It's the difference between a rogue tool and a trusted vendor. Next, let's talk about encryption. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot, but the implementation is what matters. With Enterprise, all of your data is encrypted at rest using AES 256 and in transit using TLS 1.2 or higher. Let me translate that from technical jargon into business terms. At rest means when your data is sitting on a server. Think of it as a gold bar sitting in a vault. AES 256 is the encryption standard used by the US government to protect classified information. So your data isn't just in a vault. It's in a vault that even the NSA would have trouble cracking. In transit means when your data is moving from your computer to OpenAI's servers. TLS encryption means that data is being transported in an armored car through a secure tunnel. No one can intercept it. No one can read it along the way. Your conversations, your uploads, your intellectual property, it is shielded at every single point of its journey. But the single most important pillar of this fortress, the one that changes the entire game for corporate America, is the data privacy policy. ChatGPT Enterprise contractually guarantees that your business data, your prompts, your conversations, and the intelligence you build will never be used to train OpenAI's models. Let that sink in. Your competitor cannot, by accident or by design, benefit from the proprietary problems you are solving, the unique legal arguments your law firm is crafting, the secret formula your R&D lab is developing, the sensitive financial models your analysts are building. That intelligence remains exclusively yours. It is firewalled off from the global model. This is the bedrock of trust. Without this guarantee, using AI for any truly meaningful proprietary work is simply a non-starter. With it, the floodgates of innovation can open, and the control doesn't stop there. OpenAI hands the keys to your kingdom directly to you through a centralized admin console. This is mission control for your company's AI usage. First, it enables single sign-on or SSO. This means your employees log in using the same corporate credentials they use for everything else, managed by your existing identity providers like Okta, Azure AD, or SAML. This isn't just about convenience. It's about security. It means your IT department's existing policies, multi-factor authentication, password complexity, automatic deprovisioning when an employee leaves, are all instantly and automatically enforced. There are no rogue accounts. There are no weak personal passwords. You are plugging ChatGPT directly into your established corporate security framework. The admin console also allows for domain verification. You prove you own your company's domain, and from that point on, you have control over every account created with a corporate email address. It gives you analytics and insights into usage. You can see who your power users are, how many queries are being run, and how adoption is growing across the organization. This is critical for demonstrating ROI. You can move AI from a mysterious, unquantifiable shadow IT expense to a managed strategic asset with clear metrics. You can see which departments are leveraging it most and identify opportunities to expand its use. You have visibility. You have control. Ultimately, what ChatGPT Enterprise offers is not just a smarter AI. It offers peace of mind. It's a solution designed for the realities of the American legal, regulatory, and competitive environment. It understands that a data breach can cost millions in fines and billions in lost market capitalization. It understands that intellectual property is the lifeblood of a company, and it has been meticulously engineered to protect both. It transforms ChatGPT from a powerful but risky consumer gadget into a hardened, compliant, and controllable enterprise platform. It's the difference between giving your employees a sports car with no brakes and handing them the keys to a secure, armored vehicle that also happens to be a Formula One race car. You get all of the performance but with the safety and control that business demands. Now, with that foundation of security firmly in place, we can talk about what it truly means to unleash that performance at an enterprise scale. So let's talk about what that scale actually looks like. Because moving to ChatGPT Enterprise isn't just about giving more people access to the same tool. It's about fundamentally changing the tool's capabilities to match the ambition and complexity of a modern American corporation. The first, and arguably most important performance upgrade is the complete removal of all usage caps on GPT-4. Let that sink in. Unlimited, high-speed access to the most powerful AI model available. For anyone who has used the Plus or even the Teams version, you know that little message. You've reached your usage limit on GPT-4. Try again later. It's a creativity killer. It's a workflow bottleneck. It forces your employees to ration their best ideas. It's like telling your top sales team they can only make a certain number of calls per day, or telling your engineers they can only write a certain number of lines of code. It's an artificial constraint on productivity. Enterprise obliterates that constraint. This isn't just a minor convenience. It's a psychological shift for your entire workforce. When access is unlimited, employees stop asking, "Should I use one of my precious GPT-4 queries on this?" And they start asking, "How can I apply AI to solve this problem?" They begin to see it not as a limited resource to be conserved, but as a utility like electricity or the internet, always on, always available, ready to power their work. Suddenly, your marketing team isn't just using it to draft 1 or 2 ad campaigns. They're using it to brainstorm 100 variations, analyze competitor messaging in real time, script entire video series, and personalize email campaigns for a dozen different customer segments, all in a single afternoon. Your developers aren't just using it to debug a tricky function. They're using it to refactor entire code bases, write comprehensive unit tests, and document complex systems without ever worrying about hitting a limit. This shift from scarcity to abundance unleashes a wave of experimentation and innovation that is simply impossible when you're constantly counting your queries. And it's not just unlimited, it's fast. Up to 2 times faster than the standard GPT-4. In a business environment, speed is currency. When a report is due, when a client is waiting, when a system is down, waiting even 30 seconds for a response can feel like an eternity. Doubling the speed means doubling the iteration cycle. An analyst can test twice as many hypotheses. A writer can generate twice as many drafts. A strategist can explore twice as many scenarios. Over thousands of employees and millions of interactions, these saved seconds accumulate into thousands of hours of reclaimed productivity. But raw power and speed are only part of the equation. An engine, no matter how powerful, needs a large fuel tank to go the distance. In the world of AI, that fuel tank is called the context window. And the context window in ChatGPT Enterprise is a game changer. Enterprise offers a 32,000 token context window. Now, token is a technical term, but you can think of it as being roughly 25,000 words. That's the equivalent of a 50-page document. This is the AI's short-term memory. It's how much information it can hold and process in a single conversation. The free version of ChatGPT has a much smaller window. This means if you feed it a long document, it forgets the beginning by the time it gets to the end. It's like trying to have a detailed conversation with someone who can only remember the last 2 sentences you said. You'd have to constantly repeat yourself, and you'd never be able to discuss anything complex. With a 32K context window, that problem vanishes. Your legal team can now upload a 45-page sales contract and ask, "Summarize our key liabilities and identify any non-standard clauses that pose a risk." The AI can read and understand the entire document at once, providing a comprehensive analysis that would have taken a junior associate hours to complete. Your R&D department can paste in a dense, 20,000-word scientific paper and ask, "Explain the methodology in simple terms, and what are the key implications for our product development?" Your financial analyst can input an entire quarterly earnings transcript and ask, "What was the market sentiment around our forward-looking guidance? And which analysts asked the most critical questions?" This ability to process and reason over large, complex documents in a single prompt is a superpower. It transforms ChatGPT from a clever chatbot into a true analytical partner. It allows your team to work at the speed of thought, without the frustrating, time-consuming need to break down large tasks into tiny, bite-sized pieces. Now, if unlimited GPT-4 is the engine and the 32K context window is the fuel tank, then the next feature, advanced data analysis, is the supercharger. This tool, formerly known as Code Interpreter, is perhaps the most powerful and misunderstood feature available. And in the enterprise version, it's built for corporate scale. Advanced data analysis allows any employee, regardless of their technical skill, to become a data analyst. You can upload files directly into the chat, Excel spreadsheets, CSV files, images, code repositories, and ask ChatGPT to analyze them. Let me give you some concrete examples of how this is being used in corporate America right now. A marketing manager at a CPG company uploads a massive spreadsheet with sales data from every Walmart in the country. Her prompt is simple. Visualize the top 10 performing states by sales volume for product X in Q3. Create a bar chart. Also, identify any states that are underperforming relative to their population and suggest 3 possible reasons why. Within seconds, she has a presentation-ready chart and a data-backed analysis that would have previously required a request to the BI team and a week-long wait. A logistics director for a shipping company uploads a dataset of all their delivery times and routes for the past month. He asks, identify the top 3 bottlenecks in our delivery network and create a map visualizing the delays. The AI crunches the numbers, identifies that a specific distribution center in the Midwest is the primary culprit, and generates a visual map highlighting the problem areas. A human resources executive uploads an anonymized employee satisfaction survey data file. She asks, perform a sentiment analysis on the open-ended comments. What are the 3 most common themes among positive comments and the 3 most common themes among negative comments? Create a word cloud for each. This is a task that would have taken a team days of manual reading and categorization, now done in less than a minute. This feature democratizes data science. It puts the power of complex data analysis into the hands of the people on the front lines who understand the business context. It allows your teams to find the signal in the noise, to extract actionable insights from raw data, and to make better, faster, data-driven decisions without needing a PhD in statistics. Finally, Enterprise brings all this power together with features designed for collaboration and standardization. You can create and share chat templates across your entire organization. Imagine your customer service department having a standardized template for handling an escalated complaint, preloaded with the perfect prompts to guide an agent through de-escalation, problem-solving, and resolution, ensuring every customer gets the same high-quality experience. Imagine your sales team with a shared template for competitor battle card creation, where they can just input a competitor's name and the AI instantly generates an up-to-date analysis of their strengths, weaknesses, and key differentiators. These templates turn individual best practices into company-wide standard operating procedures. They ensure consistency, improve quality, and dramatically reduce the training time for new employees. It transforms ChatGPT from a collection of individual tools into a cohesive, shared intelligence layer for your entire company. It's the difference between giving everyone a hammer and building an automated assembly line. Both are useful, but only one operates at enterprise scale. All these features, the unlimited speed, the massive context window, the advanced analytics, and the shareable workflows, they work together to create a platform that doesn't just augment individual employees, but amplifies the collective intelligence of the entire organization. This amplification of collective intelligence isn't just a fancy slogan. It's a fundamental shift in how work gets done. Think about it. Right now, in your organization, you have pockets of brilliance. You have a marketing genius who just gets the customer. You have a data analyst who can see stories in spreadsheets that others miss. You have a veteran engineer who holds decades of institutional knowledge in their head. The problem is that brilliance is often siloed. It's trapped in one person's brain, accessible only through slow, inefficient meetings or long email chains. ChatGPT Enterprise acts as the universal translator and connector for that brilliance. The marketing genius can now use advanced data analysis to validate their gut feelings with hard numbers, without waiting 3 weeks for a report from the analytics team. The data analyst can use the massive context window to feed the AI years of past reports and ask it to identify meta-trends they might have missed. And that veteran engineer? They can create a custom GPT that acts as a mentor, trained on their specific knowledge, allowing new hires to get up to speed in days, not months. The silos don't just get lower, they become permeable. Knowledge starts flowing like water through the entire organization, and when that happens, the whole becomes exponentially greater than the sum of its parts. But let's bring this down from the 30,000-foot view and talk about what this really means for you, the person making the decisions. What's the actual tangible return on investment? Because let's be clear, ChatGPT Enterprise is not cheap. OpenAI doesn't publish public pricing, but it's a per seat, per month model with a minimum number of seats, usually starting in the hundreds. We're talking a significant 5, 6, or even 7-figure annual commitment. So the question on every CFO's mind is, Is it worth it? To answer that, you have to stop thinking of it as a software expense like another subscription to a project management tool. You have to start thinking of it as an investment in your most valuable asset, your employees' time and cognitive bandwidth. Let's do some back-of-the-napkin math. Take a salaried employee making, say, $80,000 a year. That's roughly $40 an hour. If this tool can save them just 1 hour a day, and that is a very conservative estimate, that's $40 of productive time reclaimed every single day. For a team of 100 people, that's $4,000 a day. Over a year, you're looking at over $1 million in reclaimed productivity. And that's just the low-hanging fruit. That's just the time saved on drafting emails, summarizing meetings, and debugging code. It doesn't even begin to factor in the value of the new things they can do with that reclaimed hour. It doesn't factor in the multi-million-dollar idea that a product manager discovers because they could analyze customer feedback 10 times faster. It doesn't factor in the catastrophic compliance error that was avoided because a legal associate could cross-reference thousands of pages of regulations in minutes instead of weeks. The real ROI isn't just in doing the old things faster. It's in enabling your team to do new things that were previously impossible. It's the difference between buying a faster horse and buying a car. Both get you there, but one fundamentally changes the landscape of what's possible. Of course, buying the car is only the first step. You also have to teach everyone how to drive. And this is where many companies will stumble. The biggest hurdle to successfully deploying ChatGPT Enterprise isn't the technology itself. It's the people. It's the culture. You can't just hand out logins and expect magic to happen. You need a deliberate strategy for adoption and integration. This means dedicated training sessions that go beyond the basics, focusing on department-specific use cases. It means creating internal champions who can showcase what's possible and inspire their colleagues. It also means fundamentally rethinking workflows. The old way of doing things, that linear assembly line process, was designed for the limitations of the human brain. But when you have a tool that can operate in parallel, that can draft, research, and analyze simultaneously, you have to redesign the assembly line. The companies that will see a 10x return on their investment will be the ones who don't just use AI to speed up their old processes, but who use AI to invent entirely new, more efficient, and more creative ones. This requires leadership with vision and a workforce that is empowered to experiment, to fail, and to innovate. Now, it's crucial to acknowledge that OpenAI is not the only player in this high-stakes game. You have Google with its Gemini models integrated into the workspace ecosystem. You have Anthropic with Claude, which is making serious waves with its focus on safety and its own massive context window. You have a whole host of specialized, industry-specific AI platforms. So why the intense focus on ChatGPT Enterprise? Because right now, it represents the tip of the spear. It's the benchmark against which all other enterprise AI solutions are measured. Understanding its features, its security model, and its strategic implications gives you the framework to evaluate any other tool that comes across your desk. The choice isn't necessarily between ChatGPT and its competitors. The real choice is between engaging with this technology strategically or ignoring it and hoping it goes away. And let me be perfectly clear, it is not going away. This is not a fad. This is the new electricity. This is the new internet. 10 years from now, we will look back at companies operating without an enterprise-grade AI layer the same way we now look at companies in the late 90s who refused to build a website. They were technically still in business, but they were operating with a self-imposed handicap that made them slower, less efficient, and ultimately uncompetitive. Adopting a tool like ChatGPT Enterprise is about future-proofing your business. It's an admission that the pace of change is accelerating, and the only way to keep up is to augment your human talent with machine intelligence. This brings us to the most important and often unspoken question. What does this mean for our jobs? Is this tool the beginning of the end for the knowledge worker? The answer, I believe, is a resounding no, but with a very important caveat. It is the end of tedious knowledge work. It is the end of spending half your day on tasks that don't require creativity, critical thinking, or emotional intelligence. This tool is a bulldozer for cognitive grunt work. It automates the mundane so that humans can focus on the sublime. Your market researchers will spend less time organizing survey data and more time deriving groundbreaking insights from it. Your software developers will spend less time writing boilerplate code and more time architecting elegant, scalable systems. Your leaders will spend less time summarizing reports and more time making strategic decisions based on them. The jobs that will be at risk are not the ones that use AI, but the ones that refuse to. The valuable employee of the near future is not the person who can answer the question, but the person who knows how to ask the AI the right question. They are the prompt engineers, the AI wranglers, the human-in-the-loop strategists who can wield these tools to create unprecedented value. This isn't about replacing humans with machines. It's about creating a new class of superpowered humans. So, as we wrap this up, the ultimate question remains: is ChatGPT Enterprise the right move for your company right now? The answer lies not in its list of features, but in your organization's vision for the future. If you see AI as a simple cost-cutting measure or a shiny new toy, you will be disappointed. But if you see it as a strategic imperative, as a catalyst for cultural transformation, and as an investment in the most powerful cognitive tool ever created, then the potential is truly limitless. The conversation shouldn't be, can we afford this? It should be, what is the long-term cost of not building an AI-native workforce? The decision to bring a tool like this into your company is one of the most significant you will make this decade. It's not just an IT decision. It's a leadership decision. It's a statement about what kind of company you want to be in the coming era. Do you want to be the one clinging to the old ways, or the one defining the new frontier? The choice is yours. Start the conversation. Ask the hard questions, because the future of work isn't coming anymore. It's already here.